Welcome to Stage 6, where we finally tackle security, the highest paid specialty in IT right now. And Lesson 42 starts with the foundation of all of it, passwords. Here's the thing. Almost everything you were taught about passwords is wrong in 2026. NIST 863B flipped the script. Length beats complexity, forced rotation is out, and password managers are now mandatory professional gear. By the end of this lesson, you'll be advising users correctly and running help desk reset workflows like a pro. Start with the headline rule. Length wins, complexity is theater. Password, with all its fancy symbols, falls in about 2 seconds, while correct horse battery staple, just 4 plain words, would take roughly 550 years to crack. That's the whole game. So when you advise a user, push them toward 4 random words instead of cryptic symbol soup, kill the 90-day rotation policy that just breeds summer 2025, and drop the arbitrary character rules. They force weak patterns and add 0 real security. Length is the only requirement that actually matters. Now, length only works if every account gets its own unique passphrase, and no human brain can juggle 100 of those. That's where password managers come in. You memorize one strong master, and the vault generates, stores, and autofills the rest, encrypted and synced across devices. In 2026, your default recommendation is Bitwarden. Open source, free tier covers most users. 1Password if they'll pay $3 a month for a slicker experience. KeePass for the power users who want everything local. And the built-in iCloud or Google managers. Better than reusing passwords, but ecosystem locked and weaker than the real thing. Now let's make this concrete. Look at what actually happens when you push a password through a modern GPU cracker. 6 digits, instant. The classic substitution trick, P at SS 0RD bang, gone in 2 seconds because crackers know every leet-speak swap. Even Chorub Fordor with the ampersand falls in 3 days, but 4 random words, purple, mountain, coffee, rabbit, buys you 2,000 years. Same keyboard, wildly different math. Length is exponential defense, complexity is theater. But here's the catch. Even a bulletproof passphrase becomes worthless the moment you reuse it. Attackers buy billion-pair breach dumps and spray them across 1,000 popular sites. A 1 to 3% hit rate sounds tiny until you do the math. That's millions of hijacked accounts. So when a user calls in about logins from another country, password reset emails they didn't request, or contacts getting spam, that's an active breach, your move. Rotate every password through the manager, enable MFA, and point them at haveabeenpoyund.com. In 2026, vaults like Bitwarden and 1Password monitor breaches for you automatically. Make that part of your standard onboarding advice. Now let's talk about the ticket you'll see more than any other, the password reset. Roughly 30% of help desk volume, and it's also the #1 target for social engineers. So step 1, always verify identity. Security questions, a callback to the listed phone, or a photo ID email. Never just trust the voice on the line. Step 2, push them to the self-service portal if you have one. SSPR, Okta, SpecOp. It's faster and audit trailed. Only when that's broken do you fall back to step 3. Manual reset in DLMSC. Generate a real temp password and check must change at next logon. Step 4, document everything. Who you verified, how, when, and what you did. That ticket note is your proof you did it right. Now let's pressure test that with 4 real tickets you'll see this week. Scenario 1, user complains, the policy demands a symbol. Empathize, suggest a passphrase like correct horse battery staple 2026 that satisfies the rule, and quietly flag the legacy policy upward. Scenario 2, suspected email breach. Change the password immediately with a manager-generated 20-plus character string. Enable MFA. Check have I been pwned. Rotate critical accounts. Log it as a P2 incident. Scenario 3. Can you tell me my password? Never. Passwords are hashed. We literally cannot read them. only reset. And scenario 4, the notebook user. Don't shame them, it beats reuse. Gently upgrade them to Bitwarden. Before we wrap, lock in the vocabulary. These 12 terms show up in every ticket, every policy, every audit you'll touch. Passphrase, vault, zero knowledge, NIST, 863B, master password. Breach, those frame the modern model. Credential stuffing and brute force are the attacks. Hash, salt, and entropy are the defenses. SSPR is your self-service reset workflow. Know these cold, and you can speak fluently with security, with users, and with your team lead. Now the myth-busting round. 5 things you'll hear repeated daily, and all 5 are wrong. Complexity beats length. No, length wins by orders of magnitude. Rotate every 90 days. NIST killed that rule because forced rotation just produces summer 2025 exclamation point. Never write passwords down. A locked notebook beats reusing 1 weak password across 50 sites. Biometrics replace passwords. They supplement. There's always a pin underneath. And have I been pwned isn't run by hackers. It's Troy Hunt, trusted by Microsoft and the FBI. When users or even coworkers parrot these, you correct them, politely but firmly. So here's your lesson in 4 words. Length, manager, never reuse, verify before reset. Burn those into muscle memory because they'll come up on every shift. But passwords alone aren't enough anymore. Even a perfect one can get phished or leaked. That's why Lesson 43 takes you into MFA and authenticators, TOTP codes, push prompts, hardware keys like YubiKey, and why SMS is the weakest link in the chain. 6 security lessons and a capstone still ahead in Stage 6. I'll see you in the next one.